the vast, dark expanse of space, no one can hear you yawn. Fortunately, Alien Romulus doesn't give you much chance to do so. It's fast-paced, but that's not quite enough for this flick to rate the coveted maximum stars. Set in 2142, post-Alien, pre-Aliens, Romulus follows a crew of space colonists who decide to take a detour from their mining gig to raid an abandoned space station. Because nothing says career advancement quite like piracy, right? Little do they know they're about to get a crash course in extraterrestrial biology. The kind that tends to end with a lot of crash and very little course. Our protagonist, Rain Carradine, played by Kaylee Spiney, finds herself reluctantly leading this motley crew of soon-to-be cannon fodder into the great unknown. Spiney commands the screen with the determination of someone who's just realized they've left the oven on in another galaxy. Alongside her is Andy, played by David Johnson, an affable android whose programming apparently included an upgrade in scene stealing. Their performances and chemistry are truly the glue holding this acid-blooded adventure together. At the helm of this xenomorphic fright fest is Fede Alvarez, the lauded Uruguayan director known for his 2013 Evil Dead remake and the House of Horrors thriller Don't Breathe. Alvarez brings his trademark grittiness to Romulus, but surprisingly, he's left some of his gore-loving tendencies back on Earth. Fans of his previous work might find themselves wishing he'd cranked up the viscera meter a notch or two. That's not to say Romulus doesn't deliver on the franchise's psychosexual, gooey, gory trademarks. The film still serves up a buffet of phallic and clitoral imagery that would make Freud reach for his notebook. It just never quite reaches the hyperdrive levels of grotesquerie that Alvarez's previous work led us to expect. Perhaps he's saving the really sticky stuff for the director's cut? Alvarez and co-writer Rodo Sayagues have opted for a more straightforward approach compared to Ridley Scott's recent entries in the franchise. While Prometheus and Covenant went for philosophical musings and origin stories, Romulus is content to ask the simpler questions in life, like how do we not become alien appetizers? It's a return to the action horror roots laid down by James Cameron's Aliens, trading deep space contemplation for deep space confrontation. This back-to-basics approach mostly works in the film's favor. Romulus might not have the punch of Alien, or the visual grandeur of Prometheus, but it makes up for it with a lean, mean storytelling machine that keeps the tension ratcheted up. Some scenes are more intense than a staring contest with a Weyland-Yutani android. Where Romulus truly shines is in its technical prowess. The sound design is a masterclass in anxiety building, with every distant clang and hiss keeping you on the edge of your seat, wondering if it's the creaky old space station or something more sinister. Composer Benjamin Wallfish's score is a sonic treat, subtly weaving in callbacks to the franchise's iconic themes while carving out its own terrifying musical identity. Editor Jake Roberts deserves a standing ovation. Just don't stand too close to any air vents, as his precise cutting amplifies the tension in every scene, knowing exactly when to linger on a dark corridor and when to unleash chaos. A particularly hair-raising sequence involving an army of facehuggers and an elevator showcases the seamless integration of editing, sound, and visuals. However, not everything in Romulus is as polished as a xenomorph's dome. Some of the supporting cast members seem to have taken acting lessons from the facehuggers, clingy and one-note. Longtime fans might find themselves groaning at some painfully obvious winks to previous films. It's like the screenplay is playing bingo, checking off beloved characters and memorable lines with all the subtlety of an M41A pulse rifle in a china shop. One particular CGI moment stands out, and it's a bold move that is likely to divide opinion faster than an evil alien's second set of jaws. In the end, Alien Romulus is like that friend who shows up to the party with a suspicious-looking egg. It might not be what you expected, but it's guaranteed to liven things up. 3 out of 5 votes for Alien Romulus. I'm Eddie Caiazzo, reading Staci Layne Wilson's review from redriverhorror.com.